Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the beautiful ladies out there. My name is Anushri Dikshit, and I'm the Chief Strategy Officer for GEC. And it's my utmost pleasure and honor to be here today with all of you on this powerful occasion of International Women's Day. A day that is not just about celebrating the achievements of women, but also recognizing our collective responsibility to build a future where women lead, innovate, and inspire across all domains, especially in technology. The theme of this year's gathering resonates deeply with the work, what we do at Global CIO Forum, because today we are not just speaking about change, but we are engineering it. And what better way to do that than by launching a forum that will redefine the future of women in technology and the other walks of life. I'm thrilled to officially announce that Global CIO Forum is launching the Global Women Leaders Forum on this occasion, the 8th of March, International Women's Day, a pioneering initiative under Global CIO Forum, uniting women leaders in technology from more than 20 countries. The forum is more than a platform, and I would like to call it as a movement to drive visibility, collaboration, and leadership across the world. It's a movement to drive visibility, collaboration, and leadership development for women in technology. It's about making sure that the voices of women are not just heard, but are actively shaping the digital transformation of industries, organizations, and governments worldwide. Through this forum, we will be creating opportunities for mentorship and leadership growth. We would be influencing policies that foster gender inclusion at the highest levels of decision making. And we would be delivering cross border collaborations that elevate women leaders into strategic positions across the tech and business landscape. With direct access to a global network of CIOs, CTOs, and industry leaders, this forum is uniquely positioned to make a real world impact. It is more about just empowerment, it's actually about action, about driving meaningful change in the boardroom, startup, enterprises, and all the other business ecosystems. And this is just the beginning. Our journey will be culminating in September 2025 at the grand finale in Egypt, where selected women leaders will be presenting their insights and set the vision for the future of technology and business leadership. With this Global Women Leadership Forum, throughout the year, starting from this very day when we have launched the summit, all the way till September, we are planning to conduct many events, many activities, and many roadshows that will be directly involving the leaders from across the globe. And we would be touching about various topics on this transformational business leadership. As we were saying to all the women leaders and aspiring innovators and allies in this room, this is your time, this is our time, our moment, and our movement to start this journey together. So let's not wait for a seat at the table. Let's build our own. Let's not just be a part of the conversation, let's lead it. And together, let's make the Global CIO Forum, Women Leaders Forum, the premier global platform for women. Together, we will ensure that the next generation of female leadership have a clear and unstoppable path to success. Today, we are celebrating many women leaders like this all across the world from different walks of life. And we are greatly pleased to have a few of them with us for this segment today. So let's continue the conversation and hear our Supreme Leadership ladies talk about how 2025 is all about accelerating action and leadership for them. I would like to hand it over to our next speakers and let's have a wonderful day. And once again, here's wishing everybody a very happy International Women's Day. Thank you and take care. Stay empowered.
Thank you so much, GC Media Dubai and Global CIO Forum, for having me here for this wonderful talk. And before I begin, let me congratulate and wish everyone a very happy International Women's Day 2025. Thank you so much, Richa and Anushri, for this wonderful invite to talk on a very interesting topic, which is all about accelerating change, accelerating action. Before I begin, I think let's just understand the theme of this year's IWD, which is all about, like I said, accelerating action. Now, when we talk about accelerating action, there is this a question that comes up, that are we talking about action from a space of speed, or are we talking about action from a space of sustainability? So that was a thought that came in my mind, and I decided that let's take a shift in the narrative. Instead of talking about accelerating in terms of speed, let's talk about mindful acceleration. And that's where the concept of mindful acceleration came in my mind. And I decided that why not we talk about this in this forum. So before I begin, I would like to share a very interesting story with all of you to just set the tone of this theme, and to set the tone of what I'm going to talk about in my talk. This is a story which I read a long time back, and it has stayed with me, and it has constantly, kept me in a very questioning and aware mode, where I question myself on certain things. So without much ado, let me just share that story with all of you. So the story is about a cub, a lion cub, which got orphaned because the lion's mother, died on the same date as it was born. So as it was trying to figure out the life, it came across a herd of sheep, and the sheep saw that the cub was all alone, so they took the lion's cub as their own. And, as time passed, the lion thought that it was a sheep. It would try and mimic the sounds, the noise, the voice of the sheep, but it was never accepted by the herd. So the lion, as it grew, it became a younger lion, and everybody would tease that lion and say that, oh, you can't speak our language. You have a very weird sound. You look ugly. A lot of things were said to that lion, and the lion didn't like it as a young cub, but it had no choice, and it really wanted to be that sheep, like how everybody else was. So one fine day, as the sheep was moving around, suddenly the elder sheep saw a lion, a real lion, almost going to attack them. So it shouted, there's a lion, hide, hide, run. This also, thinking that it was a sheep, started running with the herd. So as it was running, the older lion that saw that younger lion running with the sheep herd decided to kind of stop that lion and ask that why was it running with the sheep. So it pounced on that younger lion, and as it pounced, the younger lion started crying, oh, I'm just a young sheep, don't kill me, I'm just a young sheep, don't kill me. And this older lion was like, no, you're not a sheep, I'm not trying to kill you. And it just kept saying, no, no, please don't eat me, please don't eat me, I'm just a small sheep, I'm just a young sheep. Eventually the older lion took that younger lion next to a river and decided to show itself in that reflection of the water. And as it saw that reflection, the lion realized that it wasn't a sheep. It looked exactly like the older lion. And that's when it struck to that lion that he was living a lie. He was not a sheep ever. And if you look at and understand this story, you would realize that it so many times happens to us that as we move on in our life, as we live through our life, a lot of things around our surroundings define us, tell us that this is what we are, this is who we are. So it's very important to recognize where or what is our true potential. Just like that lion, there was somebody else to show him his true reflection. Many times we have those people who could show us that reflection, many times we don't. But it's a very interesting concept to understand awareness. And I feel awareness as self-awareness, especially, as much talked about, is less. Because as a leader, awareness is a very, very important aspect, because the moment you become an aware leader, the moment you become someone who creates that awareness and takes his or her actions according to that awareness, it brings a lot of strength in their actions, in their decisions. It brings a lot of resilience in their actions and their decisions. And it brings a lot of alignment to the purpose of what you're living with. So that was a story that I wanted to talk about, because I thought it brought home the idea of self awareness. And self awareness, I feel, is one of the most important pillar of today's leader. Woman, man, doesn't matter. And I feel, when we talk about International Women's Day, one thing I wanted to share in the beginning, that it's very easy to celebrate women or womanhood on one day, or the achievements that a woman has achieved or women have achieved. But the idea is to celebrate it every day of the year. So, yeah, one day can be a reminder that this celebration needs to continue for all the 365 years, 365 days of the year. Coming back to our theme of accelerate action of this year's IWD, and how I feel it relates to my concept of mindful acceleration. So when we talk about acceleration, like I said in the beginning, acceleration is not just about speed, it's about sustainability. But how do you have that sustainability? How do you create that sustainability as a leader? How do you create that consistency as a leader? That's where self-awareness becomes the most important pillar in it. But there are two more pillars I feel which are very, very important when it comes to bringing home the idea of uh, progress, success with sustainability and consistency. And those two pillars, the one is adaptability and the other one is alignment. So there are three pillars. Let me just repeat it once again, just for everyone to remember it. Awareness, alignment, and adaptability. These are the three important pillars of what I call as mindful acceleration. An acceleration which is not meant only for speed or, of urgency or pressures. It's not about that acceleration. It's an acceleration to build resilience. It's an acceleration to create clarity. And it's an acceleration to take decisions based on your purpose. So when we talk about those three pillars, let me just take you through those three pillars on how do I build awareness, how do I build adaptability, and how do I build alignment. So starting with the first one, how do I build that awareness? Now that awareness can be built by learning and by retrospecting, by reflecting on yourself, reflecting strengths, reflecting on your blind spots. Now, blind spots are all those areas of ourselves, our personalities, which sometimes we are not aware of. And I come across so many leaders, whether from the political world or from the corporate world or from the media world, where I see a lot of people do not realize what their inherent potential is, because they are just not aware of it, because it's a blind spot. So many times the blind spot, just like in the story, that lion was in his blind spot, the younger lion, and he needed someone to show his true reflection. Similarly, sometimes you need that help. You need someone to show your true potential. That's when you can take a help of a coach or a counselor or any third person who you believe and trust with, just to become a little more aware of your blind spots. So like I said, blind spots, your strengths. Strengths is something which will keep evolving. So you need to keep reminding yourself, okay, what have I gained as a strength in this particular year? Every year or every quarter, sit with yourself and identify those new strengths that maybe you have built upon over a period. Then comes your adaptability. Now, how do we bring about adaptability? Adaptability is all about thriving or living with that change. You know, life is not constant. It is constantly changing. So since it is constantly changing, what do? You find you look for all those areas which you feel you can accept more. As you build on that acceptance, as you build on that consistency of going through that life's ups and downs, the setbacks, and at every level accepting it, every level telling yourself that it's okay to go through this setback. I know there is light, after this tunnel is over. So this is the thing that you need to keep reminding yourself and become adaptable towards change, constantly bringing that adaptability and acceptance, looking at every situation of knowing that this change will bring about something good for me. So that's where adaptability grows. Then the third pillar, which is all about alignment. Now, what do you do about alignment? Alignment is all about living with purpose, living with an intent, and acting and deciding and working towards that purpose. It could be a simple purpose, it could be a very large, long drawn purpose as well of life. Whatever it is, if you're aligned to that aspect of your life, you will always be a leader who is mindful, who is working not just to have momentary happiness or not just to have short-term happiness, but working towards long-term happiness. So when I talk about alignment, it is also about not reacting with in that urgency manner. So it's a question that you can ask. How do I lead? Do I lead mindfully or do I react in urgency? Which is a very important aspect to understand as a leader, that are you reacting or in a particular situation because it is an urgent situation and not responding according to the mindful aspects of your life by being in the present moment, aligning with your purpose. These two aspects, when you bring about in your life, you will find that your alignment in your life will be much more mindful, much more in the present moment. And as you build on that, your stress, your burnout will also reduce. And I must share here, because we are talking about, on an International Women's Day event and on a day of International Women's Day, let me also share some facts that, there have been a lot of studies done on women, on how they deal with stress and burnout. And it was found that um, as women, we find it hard to deal with stress and burnout. It's not easy. And our stress levels and our burnout levels are higher than male counterparts. So you can imagine that constantly we are running under that stressful and burnout situation. Along with that, as women, we also struggle with self-doubt many times. There is imposter syndrome that is also very common. And these are all studies that have been done, which have found that the self-doubt levels are high, imposter syndrome is very high, and there is a constant drive to prove yourself. And it comes because of the conditioning that we have had. But these are the areas that, that is always there. And then mindful acceleration becomes even more important because it shifts the narrative from speed to mindfulness. So that's where I would say that it's important to recognize our small little areas where we can build well-being. In fact, you can also, start with the process of saying that why not I do 1% of action to build on my well-being? Why not I take 1% of some action every day just so that my well-being becomes better apart from the other things that I'm doing. So it's all about leading with the idea of mindful acceleration towards well-being. Because if your well-being is taken care of, everything else is fine. You cannot fill from an empty cup. So it's very important to fill yourself first and then work on making others progress, happy, creating that background or a story around the fact that we lead from a space of mindful acceleration. So that brings me to the end of my talk. And I think I have brought home some ideas on how you can, as women, as men also, how you can build on your mindfulness, how you can build on your self awareness, how you can build on your adaptability and be aligned with your purpose. So thank you so much for listening in. And I would like to thank GEC Media Dubai and Global CIO Forum for inviting me for this wonderful talk. I hope all of you who has heard this talk will be able to take away some knowledge, some takeaways from this conversation that we have had. And I wish everyone all the best for all the future endeavors. And thank you so much.
Hello, it is an absolute honor to be here today at GEC SheLeads 2025, Accelerating Action for Global Leadership. A heartfelt thank you to you, GEC Media Group, for inviting me to speak on a topic that is not just relevant, but is essential. My name is Katria, and I am the founder and CEO of Bumblebee Food. Bumblebee leads the kids' food industry in the UAE and has been featured in over 100 publications and has been selected as part of the United Nations Women Program as we continue our innovation efforts towards sustainability and healthy eating. Today, I am here to talk to you about leadership techniques, trends, and tactics. As we stand on the brink of 2025, we found ourselves at a pivotal moment in history. Leadership as we know it is evolving, and women are at the forefront of this transformation. From breaking barriers to fostering communities, the future of leadership is not just about power, it is about empowering others. Today, I want to explore how female leaders are shaping the future. I will discuss the emerging trends, techniques, and tactics that will define leadership in the years to come, especially those that emphasize empathy, collaboration, and inclusivity. Trends. So, what are some of the trends that are shaping 2025? Well, first is the technological transformation. You see, in a world driven by technology, women leaders are uniquely poised to use tools such as AI, automation, and data analytics to create a more equitable workplace. Rather than just reading and learning numbers, women leaders are now embracing those technologies to ensure that they elevate the voices that have long been historically underrepresented in the workforce. The second trend is the remote and hybrid work. The pandemic has accelerated the move to hybrid work environments. And in 2025, this flexibility will continue to define the workplace because women leaders, known for their ability to balance work and life demands, will continue to lead the charge in creating environments where people can thrive both professionally and personally, regardless of where it is that they work. And this is true especially in companies that are led by men versus the companies that are led by women. You can see that companies that are led by men place a much more emphasis on returning to work, returning to the office 5 days a week, while businesses that are run by women have a hybrid model in place. And this can be seen not just at a global level, but also at a local level here in the UAE. So what is the third trend? The third is social responsibility and sustainability. You see, women have long been at the forefront of social justice and sustainability efforts, and in 2025, these values will be more important than ever. As we've seen in the past year, the recent boycotts that has been driven by consumers not agreeing with the brand's actions, leaders now will be expected to not just show profitability, but also ethical responsibility. Women leaders will continue to champion sustainability, equity, and inclusive governance. Now, to our second topic, I will discuss some of the key leadership techniques that makes an effective leader. The first is emotional intelligence, or known as EQ. Women have long been praised for their emotional intelligence and ability to connect with others and navigate complex emotions and cultivate strong relationships. I believe that emotional intelligence will be the cornerstone of leadership. Leaders who can understand and emphasize with their teams will inspire not just trust, but loyalty as well. And women will continue to set the standard. The second trend we can see is collaboration over competition. You see, as leaders, we often understand the power of collaboration rather than competition. So, by fostering a culture of collaboration, leaders can empower their teams to bring their whole selves to work, creating an environment where creativity and innovation thrive. And today, leadership will be about lifting each other up rather than just work alone. And finally, authentic leadership. Authenticity is the most important tool in a leader's arsenal. Leaders who often had to navigate biases and challenges are uniquely positioned to lead with authenticity and vulnerability. See, leading from the heart and staying true to one's values will become increasingly essential in building trust with the team members of your organization. In addition, this authenticity should reflect in your company's mission so that even the customers can connect with it. Finally, let's talk about some of the leadership tactics in 2025. And here are some of the two ways that I believe you could lead. First is empowering teams. When you interview the top performing CEOs from across the world, they all stress on the importance of mentorship and empowerment. Successful leaders shift from being bosses to becoming mentors and supporters. You see, empowering teams to take ownership and encourage them to take risks and provide them with guidance without micromanaging will be the hallmark of an effective leadership. In my case, at Bumblebee, when I first started, I was completely alone. I did everything. I did the cooking, the marketing, the financing, the web design, and everything in between. And I quickly learned that it's more efficient to build a team and empower them with the knowledge and tools that they need to effectively perform their assigned tasks without me having to micromanage everything. Letting go of the control made me very anxious in the beginning, but it is the best decision that I've ever made. And the second and final tactic that you could use for leadership is inclusive leadership. You see, women have long championed the need for diversity and inclusion. And in 2025, where diversity and equity is being eradicated from countries like America, inclusive leadership will no longer be a choice. It is a necessity. And women leaders especially will continue to lead the way in fostering workplaces where everyone, regardless of their gender, regardless of their race, religion, or background, can contribute fully and feel valued. Because having people that are different to you has the unique benefit of offering insight that you didn't think about before. So to sum up, leadership will be defined by emotional intelligence, collaboration, and a deep commitment to inclusivity. Women leaders, with their unique ability to nurture, empower, and connect, will play a pivotal role in shaping the future of work. As we look forward to 2025, let us continue to break barriers and lift each other up and lead with empathy and authenticity. Together, we can build a future where leadership is not just about achieving success, but it's about creating a legacy of empowerment, compassion, and inclusivity. Thank you, GEC Media Group, for this opportunity, and thank you all for being a part of this conversation that will define the future of leadership. Thank you.
So my name is Dr. Anna Erat. I'm sitting here in Switzerland, beautiful day, and I'm so thrilled to be a part of this program and thankful that GEC SheLeads has invited me to talk today. It's a great privilege because I really believe that female health has become increasingly important for many reasons, but one reason is, of course, that the females are increasingly also being a part of the professional society and being engaged in society in so many ways. And in order for us, also women, when we get older, to be really productive constituents of society and live a happy life and be able to contribute, whether it being in the workforce or at home or in an NGO situation, we also need to stay healthy. And as you might know, women are not really small men, just like children are not small adults. There are differences. And in today's society, where we really believe that we are in a situation where we can implement precision medicine, preventive medicine, personalized medicine, predictive medicine into one, we have to take into consideration gender aspects as well. And I come from the field of science. So that's how I started my career. And then I went into sports medicine and preventive medicine and now longevity medicine. From a sports medicine point of view, it might be surprising to many of you, but also here we need to take into consideration gender aspects. The cycle for one, but also certain disorders and diseases where women are much more likely to suffer from certain conditions than men, and also cycle-dependent phenomenon. So when we talk about sports medicine, when we talk about top achievements, about peak performance, we have to take into consideration personalized aspects and gender aspects as well. And this is what we try to do this way, what we really try to push. And so I'm thrilled that GEC, SheLeads is also putting this on the agenda and really increasing health literacy from this point of view for the general population. And exercise is medicine, sports is medicine. So whether we're talking about women or males or children, throughout life, we need to make sure that we get enough exercise. And here, of course, sports medicine plays a huge role. Nutrition medicine plays a huge role. Gender medicine plays a huge role. But for all of you wonderful women following us today, don't underestimate the impact of exercise. Make it a priority. It's equally important as a business meeting every single day. So make it a priority for you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, beautiful ladies across the globe. I would like to start by giving a small introduction about myself. My name is Richa and I am the Chief Commercial Officer of GEC. I am a working woman and at the same time I am a mother, wife and sister like any one of you. Today we are here to celebrate and cherish International Women's Day, recognizing the resilience, strength and achievements of women worldwide. Women have shattered barriers, redefined leaderships, contributed immensely to the society. However, we are still lagging behind with gender inequality, rights and empowerment still remains a challenge for all of us. Despite this, women across the globe have played a pivotal role in shaping societies, leading movements, and transforming industries and technologies. This year, the theme is all about empower, inspire, elevate. It's a call of action. It urges us to uplift women around us, ensuring that we have equal opportunities to thrive and succeed. Empowering women means giving them tools, education, and confidence to take a charge of their own life. It means dismantling the bias that hold them back and fostering an environment where they are valued and respected, which is the most important part of any women over here. While we have made progress, still we are deep rooted with many issues such as gender biased violence, wage disparities, and limited leadership representation still exist. These qualities are only shaped by the world we live in, with no change, and they define this incredible woman will continue to excel in a male dominated world, which we are still doing it. I have only one message: believe in yourself and be proud of who you are. Don't let anyone to tell you otherwise. There is a beauty in every individual, and no one should stop you from growing as a confident and a strong person every day. I would like to take a moment to thank all the amazing women who have contributed to this world in various roles. A special thank to you and to all the speakers today. for sharing their inspirational stories, contribution, and life journey with us. Thank you once again to everyone who joined us for the session. Before I conclude, we cannot forget the powerful quotes given by many women across the world. From them, there is one lady named G.D. Ederson. She is an Australian feminist writer and a founder of an Australian charity, saying, feminism isn't about making women stronger. Women are already stronger. It's about changing the way the world perceives the strength. So let's continue to be strong and ensure that the world recognizes and respects our strength. Happy International Day, and thank you once again.